ladies and player characters, welcome back. The spirit of Trump is here. I feel him in my boner. He's big, he's crazy. He's so orange, just like my cock. Anyway, we have a lot to do today. A lot of crazy situations to unfold. And honestly, this is what the average person on Twitter looks like these days, because I think I have sifted through so many ounces of tardation, I am absolutely losing my mind. Losing my mind. I feel like everyone's crazy. The drama's insane. Thank you, Trump, for causing mayhem. You provide fantastic content, and I love it so much. All right, I hope you're ready to see what's going on, because this is basically what a lot of liberal activists are on Twitter right now. This is real-time looking image. So today we are doing a deep dive into USAID. USAID is the biggest scam in history of the world. Now, you might think, Nux, you're hyperbolizing something for sensational content. I am not. It is a $50 billion per year scam, and I hope you are not ready. You are not ready for what you're about to see, because I am going to look at what your tax money has been funding for the last however many years, and we're going to look at how they exposed it, and then you're going to look at massive liberal meltdowns. The brainworms are there. They're blue and they're wormy. And we're going to look at the meltdowns, but there's something even better, because the meltdowns are coming directly from politicians, the ones that got fucking rich off your tax money. This is the biggest situation ever. And again, no one covered it, so I had to do research. Now, I'm not supposed to be the one doing research. I'm a blue retard on the internet. But unfortunately, God has chosen me. God has chosen me to take this position of power and spread the truth and chaos of the fucking bullshit that goes into the government. All right, I hope you're ready. Hope you're ready to cook. So, it all started with Donald Joseph Trump. It's not his real name, but we're going with it. And he said something kind of crazy the other day that turned a lot of heads. God's chosen one, Lord Trumpanor. He's orange, he's big.
Thank you, sir. On Elon Musk, how often are you talking to him? And have there been ideas that he's brought to you that you've said, oh no, wait a minute, this is going a little too far?
Well, many ideas, but look, he's done a great job. Look at all the fraud that he's found in this USAID.
And this is when people started looking into USAID. The president of the United States, someone who's kind of crazy, he's big and orange, he's not even dead like Biden, and he actually sits here and he knows what's going on in the country, which is kind of crazy. The president knowing what's going on in the country is the first red flags for the Democratic Party of 2025.
It's a disaster what the people, radical left lunatics, they have things that nobody would have even believed. The whole thing with $100 million spent on you know what?
I think he's talking about condoms to Gaza. I think that's the context. I don't think it was 100 million. I think it was 50 million, but I think he's talking about $50 million worth of taxpayer money. 50 million went to condoms in Gaza. That's what it was supposed to go for. Condoms. And by the way, Hamas used condoms to make bombs. This is the level of fucking brain death we're talking about. Approved, not spent, but still, same idea.
With money going to all sorts of groups that shouldn't deserve to get any money. With the money, I'd like to see what the kickbacks are. How much money has been kicked back?
Welcome to business, man, ladies and gentlemen. No more of this America is the world's piggy bank. No. None of that shit. That's cringe. Don't want to hear about it. Sorry, gamers. No more cringe. We get kickbacks. If we do something for you, I want something back.
Who would spend that kind of money to some of the things that you read about and I read about and I see every night on the news and every morning when I read the papers? Who would spend money for that? I would say this, the people that got all that money, are they kicking it back to the people that gave it from government?
Weird.
No, that's, to me, very, very corrupt. The real question is how much of a kickback has there been? And one of the things I want to investigate rapidly, because I've never seen anything to this.
Yeah, so anyway, he mentions that Elon Musk is exposing some pretty crazy shit in regards to USAID. Now, I will tell you something about Elon Musk, my perspective. I think Elon Musk having access to so much power and so much information is a little scary because he wasn't really an elected official. But now, that was my take all along, all right? Elon Musk, he's big, he's not good at video games, he lies about that, but we don't really care because he's rich as fuck. And he has rocket ships, and that's pretty fucking cool. That's what Elon Musk, that's the take on Elon Musk. Now, I personally think it's kind of wild that Elon Musk has this much power, but I think it was worth it. because of what was just uncovered. Like, fuck, bro. I didn't know the corruption was this deep and this obvious. So because I did research, this is the press secretary of the United States making a crazy announcement.
Through USAID over the past several years.
All right, so what was USAID funding? So now, USAID, let's just remind ourselves, is $50 billion a year coming out of the American taxpayer money. And this is what it's going for. He should not have this power. I love how people in chat all come together to say that Elon Musk should not have this power. And you know what? I agree with you. But you know who else shouldn't have had this power? All of the people that had this exact amount of power over the last 30 years that literally got away with literally all of this shit. I don't like the fact that Elon Musk has this power. But unfortunately, it's almost kind of feels like he's the chemotherapy to the cancer that was there. Now, chemo sucks. Chemo is toxic and poisonous. But hopefully it'll cure a cancer. That's, I think, how, in my mind, Elon Musk is right now. He's not even a real gamer.
These are some of the insane priorities that organization has been spending money on. $1.5 million to advance DEI in Serbia's workplaces.
Let's get this straight. But, like, Elon was not voted in. Okay, chat, sit the fuck down and listen to my presentation. All right? My presentation is big. I did research. You're right. He wasn't elected. You know who else wasn't elected? You know what else was decided unilaterally? $1.5 million going to DEI programs in Serbia. Your taxpayer money went to DEI programs in Serbia. Okay? Was that an elected decision? Did you decide on that? Was that a democratic decision? Well, fucking retard sitting out there. Oh, but Elon Musk wasn't. All right. You know what? You know who else wasn't decided on? Any of this shit.
$70,000 for a production of a DEI musical in Ireland.
$70,000. Again, that's not a lot of money, but it doesn't matter because fuck that shit. Do you recognize the insanity? $70,000, which it doesn't seem like a lot, to fund a play in Ireland? The Ireland needs their gay plays. Bro, $70,000 could save the life of an American. Why should that make a gay play in Ireland?
$47,000 for a transgender opera in Colombia.
What the fuck? Why?
$32,000 for a transgender comic book in Peru.
$32,000 for what? A gay comic book in Peru? Why? $32,000 could save the life of an American guy. But why were these funds going out? Fantastic question. Keep staying tuned because I have managed to expose an entire web and conspiracy of all of this bullshit. So now that we've made this clear, that the American government was using $50 billion a year to basically manipulate ideologies overseas instead of protecting Americans, not by the decision of the American public, by the way, let's sit the fuck down about Elon Musk for a second.
I don't know about you, but as an American taxpayer, I don't want my dollars going towards this crap, and I know the American people don't either, and that's exactly what Elon Musk has been tasked by President Trump to do, to get the fraud, waste, and abuse out of our federal government.
Gay propaganda. They're turning the Serbians gay. Anyway, we have a lot more to see here. So I know that everyone's gonna ask for different proof and evidence. I have it. Stay tuned. It's gonna be crazy. Rapid Response 47 is a Twitter account that was made to answer questions that are asked to the 47th President of the United States. USAID has been completely unaccountable for decades, run by bureaucrats with agendas who believe they answer to nobody. Was this an elected official? Let me ask you something. Was this an elected official? Fantastic question. Was this an elected official? That's weird. No, it doesn't seem like this was a massive democratic decision by the American people. Oh, but Elon Musk, he's going too far. He has rockets and he's rich. Here are a few of the ridiculous projects that were spent on your money. All right, this is tax money. United States citizens, taxpayer dollars, $7.9 million to teach Sri Lankan journalists how to avoid binary gendered language. $7.9 million to avoid binary gendered language. What the fuck? What the actual gigantic fuck? Why are they taking my money and using it to push ideologies in other countries? This is insanity. Not elected, by the way. $20 million for a new Sesame Street show in Iraq. Hello? Oh, but Elon Musk isn't an elected official. He's rich and shit. All right. $4.5 million to combat disinformation in Kazakhstan. $1.5 million for art for inclusion of people with disabilities. $2 million for sex changes and LGBT activism in Guatemala. What the living shit? What is going on? $2 million of American taxpayer money going to sex changes in Guatemala? $6 million to transform digital spaces to reflect feminist democratic principles. Holy shit. $2.1 million to help the BBC. The BBC! This is the British news network that pushes leftist propaganda. Value the diversity of the Libyan society. $10 million worth of USAID-funded meals, which went to an Al-Qaeda-linked terrorist group. Are we recognizing what's going on here? What's wrong with the already existing Sesame Street? Oh, they don't hate Jews enough in the regular one. But, dude, do you see what's happening? Is that not insane? This is money that is going to these places. Hello? Make Guatemala trans again. Bro, what the shit is going on? That's crazy. $25 million for Deliot to promote green transportation in the country of Georgia. $6 million for tourism in Egypt. $6 million! Oh, but Trump is the fascist that he's making unilateral decisions. Meanwhile, remind me who made these decisions? $2.5 million for inclusion in Vietnam. $16.8 million for a separate inclusion group in Vietnam. Because one wasn't enough. All the inclusions. $5 million for EcoHealth Alliance, NGO funding bat virus research at Wuhan lab. Interesting. $5 million went to Wuhan lab. Now, the conspiracy theorists gonna eat good with this one. $20 million for a group related to a key player in the Russian Gate impeachment hoax. $20 million for hoaxes. $1.1 million to the Armenian LGBT group. Are we following? $1.2 million to help the African Methodist Institute Service and Development Agency, Washington, D.C. to build a state-of-the-art 440-seat auditorium. $1.3 million to Arab and Jewish photographers. $1.5 million to LGBT advocacy in Jamaica. $1.5 million to rebuild the human media ecosystem. $2 million to promote LGBT equality through entrepreneurship in Latin America. It's interesting. It's interesting how many of these things are related to specific ideologies and agendas. It's fascinating. $500,000 to solve sectarian violence in Israel just 10 days before the Hamas October 7th attack. $2.3 million for artisanal and small-scale gold mining in the Amazon. $3.9 million for LGBT causes in the Balkans. $5.5 million for LGBT activism in Uganda. $6 million for advancing LGBT issues in priority countries around the world. $6.3 million for men who have had sex with men in South Africa. $8.3 million for the USAID Education Equity and Inclusion, DEI, brother, DEI, USAID Climate Strategy, outlined a $150 billion whole of agency approach to building an equitable world with net zero greenhouse gas emissions. For decades, the USAID bureaucrats believed they were accountable to no one, but that era is over. Trump is stopping the waste, fraud, and abuse. Guys, what the fuck is happening? Like, this has been going on behind the scenes for years. This has been going on where no one had any decision to be made. These are billions of dollars being sent to these places. Somehow politicians are getting incredibly rich for some reason. I wonder how. These are actually promoting ideologies that, you know, are definitely politically slanted. Uganda LGBT. But don't worry, because the rabbit hole gets... But Elon Musk, I can't believe he's exposing us. How dare he? Now, I wonder why the liberal and Democratic senators are so upset at Elon Musk for exposing shit. I wonder why. It's probably because of democracy or something. Anyway, it gets a lot crazier. Did you know that USAID spent your tax dollars to fund celebrity trips to Ukraine?
Angelina Jolie, $20 million.
$20 million to get Angelina Jolie to Ukraine. Why the fuck does that help at all?
Sean Penn, $5 million.
Why?
Jean-Claude Van Damme, $1.5 million. Orlando Bloom, $8 million. Ben Stiller, $4 million. This was done to increase Zelensky's popularity among foreign audiences, particularly in the United States.
Why the fuck is this happening? Like, this is crazy. Like, this is insane. Like, this is money that should be pushed to the American people or do something to make sure that the American people are okay. But good news, guys, because Orlando Bloom went to Ukraine. What? Because they spent $20 million on Angelina Jolie going to Ukraine. This is shocking. Like, mind-bogglingly shocking. That this is a giant scam. $500,000 for efforts to expand atheism in Nepal. Why? Why would they spend $500,000 to expand atheism in Nepal? $45 million for diversity scholarships in Burma. $70,000 for a DEI musical in Ireland. We saw these already. The transgender comic in Peru and the transgender opera in Colombia. Bro, why? Why, bro? Why are they spending this money to what? Expand atheism? What is that? That's pushing some sort of crazy agenda. He's only linking the negative things listed out. Yes, we're listing the negative things. The billions and billions of dollars worth of negative things. Good point, chat. Good point. It gets wilder. Who spent money to expand atheism? The American government. Especially, remember when I showed you earlier that this one is absolutely mind-boggling. I showed you this one earlier, and I did some more research on it. The one that's connected to terrorism, right? This one, $10 million of USAID-funded meals, which went to an Al-Qaeda-linked terrorist group. So when I saw this, I thought it was bullshit. I was like, there's no fucking way. So of course, we do some double-checking. This is by Tim Burchett, by the way. Okay, a congressman. This isn't like a random bozo. These are, I think, ISIS people in a tent that actually says USAID. Bro, what? Are you joking? Like this feels like a meme almost. It makes so little sense. Like reality is truly weirder than fiction. Another point to the conspiracy theorists. You know the difference between a conspiracy theory and the news? 6 months. That's the difference. It smells like money laundering, says Nancy Mace. I don't know who she is. Some Republican representative lady. Anyway, apparently the US spent $43 million on a gas station in Afghanistan that had no customers. I wonder where that money went. Why would they spend $43 million? Where are the kickbacks? Where are the kickbacks on the $43 million spent on the Afghanistan gas station? I wonder where that money went. I wonder if it maybe made some people wealthier than potentially they were before. That's crazy. But anyway, it gets crazier. I've done some crazy shit. Trump called for an investigation to see when the government has been getting kickbacks from USAID. For instance, AOC. I just did a video about her recently where she admitted that Democratic candidates were doing insider trading. AOC has been in Congress for 6 years. She makes $174,000 a year. That's a pretty good salary. She's worth $30 million. How the flying fuck is she worth $30 million on an $174,000 a year salary? I'm not worth $30 million, and my salary is higher than this, okay? I make more money per year than AOC, but I ain't worth close to 30 mil, all right? But dude, listen, this is not normal. This is crazy. There's something suspicious going on. Listen, I don't think it was the blowjobs that got her this amount of money. They don't pay that well. Anyway, found out today that USAID funds the BBC, the British Broadcasting Company, or whatever they're called. Why? Why is it paying British broadcasting shit? Why? Why is it paying this? Why is it paying the BBC? We're funding big black cocks across the ocean. It's crazy. They're big and black, and they're cocks. 97% of political contributions from USAID employees went to the Democrats. Interesting. 97% went to Democrats. Interesting. Employees at besieged agency contributed $241,000 to Kamala Harris and $999 to Donald Trump. So it seems like USAID, which by the way is supposed to be a United States charity, basically, for interests around the world. That's what this is supposed to be. Helping people across the seas. But somehow it contributes $241,000 to Kamala Harris's campaign? What? Why? That's weird. Interesting. I wonder if there's any form of media bias. Anyway, so this person made a video in Afghanistan. And looking after the Taliban took over Afghanistan, he found a very interesting thing in the trash. This was kind of crazy.
So I found this big trash pile. All trash. Things that Afghanis don't need. Loads of chairs. Other crap. More chairs, some rugs they don't want.
That's not important.
What else don't they want in Afghanistan?
They don't want USAID's gender sensitivity training in Afghanistan? Well, color me surprised. Well, butter my backside and call me a biscuit. Well, give me a rotating, vibrating self-shitter. What is going on? Why is this here? Yeah, in Afghanistan, they don't fucking want gender sensitivity training from the USAID. But somehow, our tax money was sending this here in 2020. This goes back years. And this is the shit. Oh my God, February 4th. This was literally exactly 5 years ago. That's crazy.
Gender sensitivity training.
No, that's crazy.
USAID, Afghans, value chains, livestock, gender and youth team. Oh no.
No!
Women's
USAID.
Agriculture. Is that anymore?
This is so sad.
That's the trash heap. More gender sensitivity training.
Don't need that.
Don't need that. God. Apparently when we landed, there was immediately a firefight between some ISIS guys and Taliban guys just down there. Taliban won.
Yeah, well, anyway, that's crazy. That's insane. So many binders gone to waste. No, but like, the idea is insanity. Why are there USAID gender sensitivity training in the trash? Like, why was that there? USAID funding corporate media is the biggest scandal of 2025. In essence, the Biden administration was paying the media through USAID. Remember that $50 billion, the $50 billion thingy yearly budget to attack Rumble and X and advocate for censorship and install their own government in the USA by attacking opposition party. And it was being funded by you, ladies and gentlemen. By you, ladies and gentlemen. You were the one funding this. Isn't that nice? I love democracy. Don't you love democracy? You were the one funding this all along. You see, Trump is the fascist, not the people that were spending your money on this bullshit. No. Anyway, apparently the USAID was also funding the Wuhan lab, which I showed you earlier. Funded through the USAID award. Again, conspiracy theorists gonna love this one. Conspiracy theorists gonna be excited. They're gonna love it. They're gonna be very happy and very cool. So, obviously, people are not happy with this at all. Obviously, people are not so happy. There was a slightly insurrection-y protest going on all day yesterday. All day yesterday. Because, believe it or not, the Democrat politicians do not want their personal $50 billion yearly piggy bank shut down. That's kind of crazy.
Probably saw Elon Musk and his crew.
So again, I was going to start with this on my entire presentation. Again, I didn't see anyone cover this from like literally the beginning to the end because I love the insanity and the chaos. Everyone's talking about like different political shit. Nah. I'm here for the chaos. If it's interesting, I'll cover it. If it's boring and annoying, we save it for the old people. That's what they're there for anyway. But this, I was going to cover the protest against Elon Musk. But I wanted to give you context as to what Elon Musk exposed to see why, potentially, they're so upset.
Put a gag order on AID employees. They disconnected them from email, which is putting lives at...
Oh, lives at risk! Oh, the poor Nepal people that still believe in God. Atheism didn't reach them yet. This is tragic.
Risk around the world. So...
Oh, what are the people without gender sensitivity training in Afghanistan gonna do?
So we are here to enter the building and...
Whoa!
So we can hear firsthand from whoever is here at AID, or at least witness firsthand what is happening with this Elon Musk attempted takeover, which will not stand.
It's gonna stand.
We will prevail.
They won't prevail. They're not gonna prevail.
Let's go.
And are you ready for the lamest insurrection of all time? Good chant. You did a good job. That's why the Democrats won the vast majority of the votes. All right, they make their way to a door. They get to the door. They're going in. Oh no, they're not going in. This is insane. The door seems to be locked. The door is locked. They can't get in. They tried. Time to pack it up, boys. The door is closed. It's over. They're stuck outside. This is so sad. Oh, this is tragic. Oh, they try the other door. No, that door's locked as well. Oh no, they have to move to the third door. This is so sad. All right, they're trying. They're gonna find a way in, whether you like it or not. They're crazy. They're going to the third door. The third door is unlocked. They literally left the door unlocked for these guys. This is incredible. The door open. Answers are gonna happen. It's gonna be crazy. Soy Boy January 6th is here. Less fighting, less death. And gayer. It's crazy how that happened. I don't understand. Anyway, it gets cooler because they keep giving speeches about how Elon Musk is a threat to democracy and he's so dangerous. Meanwhile, they're all absolutely terrifying for all that shit. Yeah. They're all terrified that all their dirty secrets are going to get out. They're all terrified that they're making all this insane amount of money.
Elon Musk, you didn't create USAID. The United States Congress did for the American people.
Exactly. That is the problem. For the American people, mind you. Yes, for the American people. You know why $20 billion were sent to gay projects around the world? For the American people, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. Your taxpayer money funded a gay play in Ireland. You're welcome. Wow.
And just like Elon Musk did not create USAID, he doesn't have the power to destroy it. And who's going to stop him? We are. We're going to stop him.
That's crazy. Great speech.
Elon Musk, you may have illegally seized power.
How many millions of all these people made through this fucking scam? Elon Musk, you seized power. Meanwhile, the government, the president hired the guy.
Over the financial payment systems of the United States Department of Treasury, but you don't control the money of the American people. The United States Congress does that.
So it's the United States Congress that was doing this shit. That's crazy.
Under Article 1 of the Constitution.
Crazy.
And just like the president who is elected to something cannot impound the money of the people, we don't have a fourth branch of government called Elon Musk.
True.
And that's going to become real clear.
Man spitting. It'll become real clear. Yeah, crazy. Anyway, so Trump was elected to president, in case you don't remember, and now he's doing research into a lot of the crazy shit that's been going on behind the scenes. Damn, that's insane. That's wild. Bro, his wife's boyfriend is having a great time while he's out here protesting. Jamie Ratskin out here absolutely kicking ass, taking names, changing the world. But anyway, the protest, it's one of the lamest protests of all time. I wanted to make this clear. This is pretty good. Shut down the Senate, ladies and gentlemen. The anti-Elon Musk rally, absolutely kicking ass and taking names. It's crazy. We love it. The protests, they're fun. They're fun. We love it. This is the Democratic protester guys actually getting to the USA. I just want to say this. I don't like the Elon Musk takeover. All right. I've been anti the Elon Musk takeover, the treasury shit thing the entire time. I think that dude does not have any business there. However, someone needs to look into what all these fucking shills and bullshitters have been doing for the last bunch of years. And honestly, exposing all this is a massive dub. A huge dub. So anyway, this is them showing up to the USAID place during their protest. Oh, hello.
Okay, so you are aware this agency is very busy currently, and they are not able to take a meeting currently.
We're busy. Go away.
Advise that they will be in contact shortly, and that best to contact the Department of State at this time if you need any further comments.
No.
The front office of the administrator.
go to the office.
Just ask, are you with AID?
I am.
Thank you for your service.
Well, thank you for what you do.
Are the Doge people here? Are they in this building now?
We are aid employed currently. That's all I know. I don't know specific who Doge is or any of that. I just know that aid employees are here. Although, as you are all aware, it's in the press. Everybody's been asked to telework. There are select people here.
Please go away, sir. Please fuck off, with all due respect.
Services for the agency. The rest of them are all telework.
This dude is just standing there, clasping his hands. Okay, please turn around and go home.
Here, I am. Thank you as well.
Yeah. We want to thank you for your service. So there's no opportunity to.
Unfortunately, I don't control that. I'm just here to.
Nope. Bye.
Thank you for coming.
Now, what flavor of crayons is your favorite, sir?
And I'm sure Department of State will be putting out more information. No, I am not the senior civil servant. I have gray hair like today. No, absolutely. Just gray hair. That's it. That's the senior part of me. Okay, thank you. All right, thank you. I appreciate the time. Thank you.
Thank you. Fantastic protest. The world is saved.
Very much. Yep, see you soon. Okay. Thank you.
Yep, they just closed down the Senate, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, that might have been the lamest protest I've ever seen in my life. Again, I'm happy that there was no violence. It was pretty good. I love protests without violence. But it's the fact that they all come together, they all show up, and they're like, please, sir, turn around. And they're like, okay. And then they go home. It's pretty cool. I love that. They did not, in fact, overcome. But anyway, other people that are literally funded by these fucking bullshit companies.
This fight, and we will win.
They won't win.
We will win. We will win. We will win. We will win. We will win. We won't rest. We won't rest. We won't rest. We won't rest. Thank you, everybody.
It's like they're showing up to do their due diligence by just showing up and making believe it's true and this is important, and then they just literally turn around and leave.
Thank you, Leader Schumer.
Yay! You did so much when you said how Elon Musk is cringe. You literally cooked. That was crazy. Anyway, he's going to rest now. He's tired out. But he'll be back tomorrow to say he doesn't like Elon. But anyway, it's even funnier. It's even funnier because like the actual corruption shit is actually going crazy.
USAID was the first, but I can guarantee you it's not the last.
So USAID was the first government branch that was massively corrupted, that ended up getting exposed, and now is hopefully getting teared down to a large degree and reshaped. But it's probably not the last. This is a huge dub. Why is he glazing Elon Musk at the anti-Elon Musk protest?
And so this same playbook that they're using in terms of how they're trying to shut this down,
right?
How they're trying to prevent public servants from working and doing the work of our country.
And making tens of millions of dollars suspiciously.
If we allow this to happen, it's going to just start to happen at other departments and agencies.
Let's go. I'm sold. He sold it. I am sold. Yes. More transparency in the government, less fucking corruption, less spending our money to fucking, you know, push gay plays in Ireland or whatever the fuck they're spending it on.
So this is likely just the tip of the iceberg.
Huge dub. We love to see it. This is crazy. I've never seen somebody literally promote their opponent this much. Like, you'd think he was a supporter of Elon, but he's saying this like it's a bad thing. Oh no, they're gutting the corrupt places of the government. That's terrible. I hate that. That's awful. Anyway, CNN is very funny. Incredibly funny. Very funny.
USAID move, and they don't want to help the Ilhan Omars or their families. They want to help their own families.
So Americans primarily want to help Americans. All right, it's a pretty novel concept.
Can you explain to those people why you think they should be interested in helping families like yours?
Why should they spend $500,000 in atheism in Nepal? Great question. You ready for the response? You're gonna shake.
Well, I mean, I think what is really important for the American people to understand is that this money really amounts to less than 1% of what our budget is.
It's $50 billion a year. That's only 1%. It's $50 billion a year. $50 billion a year. Okay, what are you talking about? You could give $1 million to 5,000 different families in America. No, to 50,000 families in America. 50,000 families could get $1 million each with this amount of money. Like, this is crazy.
As a country, it is money that goes to the most vulnerable around the world.
But yeah, we definitely need $1 million spent on Sesame Street in Iraq.
It is already appropriated, and it can't be reappropriated. And so what we are seeing right now is Elon Musk, a billionaire who is attempting to take away resources from the poorest people around the world.
Yeah, no more gender studies, unfortunately, in Afghanistan. This is a huge L.
This is someone who is not a government official. He wasn't elected. He's not appointed. He holds foreign debt and foreign interests.
I don't think he can't actually do anything, though, without, like, the Trump okay. He's just doing research at this point, at least from what I understand. Again, I don't like that Elon's his hands are in our pockets. I don't like that he's looking into all this shit. But I do like the transparency of all this.
And so we should all look at this with cautious eyes and with curiosity.
Yeah, I am looking with curiosity, that's true.
To understand why he is making these decisions and why he's being allowed to make these decisions.
He's not making any decisions. He's just researching right now. So far, no decisions have been made by Elon Musk.
I also want to remind people, yes, this agency was created with an executive order from John F. K., but it was also congressionally appropriated in 1998. And so there is no authority that rests within the executive that allows them to sidestep the congressional power that we have to create these agencies and to allocate resources.
Yeah, insane take. Insane take. Holy shit. Anyway, it's crazy watching people try to go around in circles explaining this when every single one of these people literally has to gain from USAID. These people are becoming rich, allegedly, off USAID.
People, mark my words, the American people will not stand for an unelected secret group.
Secret group? Like there wasn't ever a secret group literally managing all this shit before. Listen, I don't know exactly what George Soros and all those other secret shadow, deep state, evil shadow government puppeteers, I don't know what they were doing. I don't know who they were. I don't know who any of those people were. But let's not make believe now there's a secret group and there was never a secret group. Motherfucker, I don't even know who was president during the Biden administration, okay? Because it wasn't Biden.
To run rampant through the executive branch. Being innovative is good, but Mr. Musk, this isn't a tech startup. These are public institutions that deal with things like Social Security and Medicare and national defense and provide for the well-being of the American people. And the American people have a right to be part of that debate.
Where was the American people's part of the debate of the $1 million Sesame Street that was made in Iraq? Like, where's this money going? You spent $20 million on Angelina Jolie visiting Ukraine? Like, where was the decision of the American people when that happened?
Part of that debate. The elections occurred, and one viewpoint got a few more votes than the other. But that doesn't mean we throw out democracy.
Everyone is so scared of throwing out democracy because, oh my God, Elon Musk wasn't elected. Meanwhile, who knows what the fuck was going on in the government making these crazy decisions this entire time.
That doesn't mean what's been done for centuries in this country should just go out the window and be substituted by a small group of people who think they know a lot more than the wisdom of the American people.
Yeah. And I too care about democracy, which is why it's crazy that you say Trump is a threat to democracy, even though he was kind of, democratically, elected, which is a thing that happened because of, votes. It's kind of wild. It's kind of crazy. Also, just random tangent. Did you know that allegedly $177 billion were sent to Ukraine, but according to Zelensky, they only received $75 billion? I don't know where that other $102 billion are, but someone has them. And it's not this guy. It is not this guy. But anywho, they keep going. They literally keep cooking. The amount of meltdowns that I have seen over this entire thing is crazy. Like actual meltdowns by government officials over, honestly, what's Doge even doing? Exposing what's been going on? It's wild. Anyway, get ready for the speech of your lifetime.
I'm gonna try my best not to preach.
Okay, cool. Love that.
I just want to say thank you, because every day that we show up in DC, we show up for you. We know who we work for. We know that we work for the American people. And
somehow all these people are multi-millionaires. Somehow, they work for the American people, but they're sending $50 billion a year overseas to gay plays in Uganda.
Not gonna do is stand around while they pull this bullshit that they trying to pull right now. This is where
I work for the American people, therefore I'm gonna go against the guy that was elected by the American people.
I'm not gonna be able to preach because I probably won't be able to stop cussing. But let me tell
who elected Fauci. I'm sorry. It's just like, it's crazy, bro. It's insane. It's insane looking at this shit. Where people losing their mind about Elon Musk. Like every single person ever that worked for the U.S. government was elected.
Tell y'all something. I know some of y'all have been frustrated. And you've been saying, where are the Democrats? Where are our leaders?
True, where are the Democrats? Like, what have you been doing? You want to run Kamala again in 2028? That's what you guys are claiming. Might as well just give the throne to J.D. Vance, or better yet, Cryo Trump. We'll just take him, we'll freeze him every 4 years. He comes out, he wins again. Cryo Trump will be here forever.
Well, I'm here to tell you that we ain't never left y'all.
Really? Really?
All right? We are here. We are also going to make sure that they uphold the law. We are not going to sit around while you go ahead and desecrate our Constitution, or you look at the laws that have been passed into law and say, never mind, we'll just ignore that. Instead,
what you even talking about, bro? We are still here for you people who are literally probably doing okay.
We are going to be in your face. We are going to be on your asses, and we are going to make sure,
They're going to make sure
you understand what democracy looks like.
I'm pretty sure democracy looks like, most people vote for a guy and the guy becomes the president. These are the people that don't believe in democracy. This is the insanity that I'm dealing with here. Like, this is absolutely insane. Like, everyone comes together to say Trump steals democracy, Elon steals democracy, everyone's stealing democracy. Lady, you don't know what democracy looks like.
This ain't it. So let me tell you something, Mr. Trump.
Democracy is when my side wins. It's President Trump, because he was democratically elected.
You gonna learn a few lessons from us.
He's gonna learn a thing or two from the mob.
And I'm gonna be the first one.
Oh.
You and your little friend off of Twitter. Y'all about to find out, all right?
She's trying to use Trump quotes. Trump is the you gonna find out guy.
Now let me be clear. What Maxwell said is true. Our job is to conduct oversight. We both serve on the oversight committee.
Okay, so then it's your fault then? If you're on the oversight committee and all the money was going in these incredibly suspicious places, does that mean it's your fault?
And right now, as elected leaders who tried to go in, we were told, well, hold on a second. We got to check to see if you can come in.
Oh, no. No.
Now, y'all know he likes to pound around with Putin, right?
Oh, more Russia hoax, because that was debunked years ago. Don't worry, it's fine.
He's trying to turn us...
Let's just do everything.
...into Russia. But
he's turning America into Russia. That's what he's doing. I've seen it.
For him.
I've seen it. He whipped out the Constitution and he was like, Russia. It's nice and communist the way America should be, probably.
We, the people, will not go.
Okay, so stay. Stay, lady. What are you
Cold
doing?
out here, and yeah, we won't go. We won't go.
All right.
We won't go.
That's the worst. That's the worst chant I've ever heard in my life. That's crazy. Okay, don't go. Stay. Stay. I agree. Stand there. Yeah, don't go.
We won't go. One thing to say is there are those that have said that we may face a constitutional crisis. I want you to know that the crisis is here. I want you to know that the power belongs to the people, though, y'all. Do not feel powerless.
Don't feel powerless, guys. Don't do it. The power belongs to the people, which, by the way, fun fact, is why Trump is president of the United States. Like, dude, this is crazy. This is insane. I'm, like, shocked at how bad this speech is. Like, dog, this is the... Dude, the Democrats, they keep fucking shooting themselves in the foot. Guys, come on. Put up a good, powerful person. What is going on? Is it really that surprising? It is. It is that surprising. Listen, I've spent my career shitting on chaos. That's what I love doing. I love chaos. I love drama. I love this insanity. I love all of it, and I will make content on all of it. But fuck, stop doing it.
In this moment, as the vice president said as she conceded the election.
She's not the vice president. Actually, J.D. Vance is the vice president. You mean the former vice president?
She said, dark times may be ahead of us, but she said it's only in the darkness.
I love how they're still, like, hanging on to Kamala, that Kamala's gonna save them. Kamala will save them. Yes, Kamala, the person who ran the worst political campaign probably in American history. She is going to step out of the ashes like a phoenix and hand the next election to J.D. Vance.
That we can see the stars. I am telling you right now that the stars are right here.
The stars are here, guys. This is the worst speech of all time.
It is time for us to shine. It is time for us to be heard. It is time for us to make sure that they know we will not go.
All right, stay. Anyway, this is insane. Like, these are, like, wild speeches. And I love that people see a speech like this. Boom! Jasmine Crockett brings a dynamite speech outside the USAID building and puts every Republican on notice. Every American should see what real leadership looks like. It's like, this is the most cope thing I've ever seen in my life. Like, unbelievable levels of cope. It's insane. Oh my God. Boom, losers. You guys are cooked. Nobody voted for Elon Musk. You know who I definitely didn't vote for? The 10,000 employees of USAID, or the 87,000 IRS agents hired by Biden, the entire unelected bureaucracy. I didn't vote for a single one of you ever, and I want my fucking money back. Enjoy the unemployment line. Listen, Elon Musk, he's the danger, not the 100,000 agents hired by Biden. Those guys, those unelected guys, no, those guys are okay. They're fine because they're our shadow government. Our shadow government is great. Your shadow government, no. We don't like opposing shadow governments. It makes it harder for us to control people behind the scenes. Like, dude, so I showed you the CNN coverage of it. The Fox News coverage of it is kind of crazy too.
That is more of an entrenched power center of unelected bureaucrats with less accountability, less oversight than USAID. They funnel money to their cronies all over the world through a swampy network of NGOs, non-governmental organizations, and cutouts, including potentially some very troubling elements of focusing on things like regime change and
focusing on regime changes as well. So this USAID $50 billion budget is going around the world to different governments or non-governments, moving monies around from buddies to buddies, manipulating regime changes across the world. That's pretty fucking crazy.
Stabilize.
I have actually evidence for that one. It's coming soon. Don't worry. Stay tuned.
Foreign countries. But this is not about America's interests. Donald Trump is courageously restoring democracy. Article 2 of the executive branch vests all power by the Constitution. Article 2 of the Constitution vests all power of the executive branch in a president. It's known as the vesting clause. It says the executive power shall be vested in a president, singular. Not in the bureaucracy, not in unelected, lifetime tenured career civil servants. Americans voted for one man, Donald J. Trump. They didn't vote for a single bureaucrat at USAID.
That's the crazy thing. All the 10,000 employees of USAID, they are equally voted for to Elon. But Elon's the arch nemesis, somehow, because he's the shadow government.
They voted for Donald Trump to make government accountable to the taxpayer, to make government accountable for them. If the Democrats are saying, as they are, that President Trump cannot implement his agenda at USAID, that Donald Trump cannot fire recalcitrant bureaucrats, what they are saying, what Democrats are saying, is they oppose democracy itself.
I'll be real, they kind of are. They kind of are. They're still somehow denying Trump is president, which is kind of fucking crazy.
They oppose the idea that the American people can elect a man, in this case our President Donald Trump, to reform the government according to the will of the people. This is a battle between the will of the people through their president Donald Trump and the will of an unelected federal bureaucracy.
It's kind of crazy that this has been around. Like the 10,000 employees of USAID that are just doing shit, whatever. Like, this is wild. It's mind-boggling. But that's okay. That's okay. It's Elon Musk that's unelected. Elon Musk, unelected. The 10,000 shadow puppets of the USAID, those guys are cool. We love them. They're great. Now, this is a clip from the Joe Rogan podcast. I'm pretty sure this was years ago. And he cooked USAID a long time ago. Like, the writing was on the wall for a while. And it's only now that we actually see the depth of the corruption that was going on. So this guy was on Joe Rogan talking about this years ago.
In the National Endowment for Democracy. Now USAID is, a very it's sort of a switch player. There's no aid in USAID, by the way. That's
oh, dude, this fucked me when I heard this the first time. Are you ready?
Your brain is being tricked when you see the phrase USAID. It's not an aid organization. The aid in USAID stands for U.S. Agency for International Development.
International Development. Wonder what they're developing. More gay people in Uganda. We need men having sex with men all over the Middle East. It's going to be crazy.
It is developing internationally around the world all of the institutions that the State Department needs to use.
More atheism in Nepal. Too many of them believe in God or something. It's insane.
So when they are capacity building activist groups in a foreign country, that's because the State Department wants those.
They're funding activist group. Activism, fuck these people, every single one of them. Dude, journalists and activists, two slurs.
Activists there. Now, USAID, for the first time in its history, it was created in the early 1960s by JFK, 1961. It was created because you had all of this intelligence, statecraft, and military support and logistical aid that was tripping over itself, basically. The military would be funding, would be running aid to certain groups in the region. The State Department would be running aid to certain groups in the region. The intelligence community would, and there was no sort of central coordinator of those capacity building operations.
It's crazy. It's insane.
USAID, by the way, is a $50 billion budget. The entire
per year, not like per decade.
Of the intelligence community is only $72 billion. So it is as more than the CIA.
USAID has more funding than the CIA. It sounds fake because I never heard of like USAID before this shit. It was some company that's helping out other countries around the world. I thought it was like some little thing, like some charity. It is insane.
And more than the State Department.
Wow.
And aid is basically USAID is effectively a switch player to assist the Pentagon with on the national security front, to assist the State Department on the national interest front, or to assist the intelligence community on a sort of clandestine operations front.
Yeah, it's insane that I like never heard of this shit, even though it's like one of the seemingly the most important programs ever. I mean, they paid $20 million for Angelina Jolie. They made Iraqi Sesame Street, for God's sake. This is some of the most important shit of all time. Bro, what's America gonna do if the Iraqis don't have Sesame Street? So this was a conversation between Tucker Carlson and RFK Jr. And I'll be real here, they're both kind of wild characters in my book. I think Tucker Carlson, by the way, you could, pre-watch moment, give Tucker Carlson 2 years. He is going to go on like a whole ass Jews control the media bender at some point. He's gonna go down that route. I sense it. I feel it. But anyway, irrelevant, because that's a lot of people these days. Irrelevant, this RFK Jr. releases some crazy info, and this seemed insane. Insane.
24.
Now, I'll be real. I heard this a long time ago, and I totally forgot until it was literally brought back up to me.
14, there are riots it's called the Maidan Rebellion in Ukraine, which we're not told that we are financing those riots.
America financed, are you ready for this? America financed a riot in Ukraine fuck, dude?
The newspapers never told us, our government never told us. USAID, which is a CIA front, put $5 billion into funding those riots.
So I didn't register USAID as like a real thing at this point, but apparently USAID spent $5 billion funding riots in Ukraine to push corporate agenda.
Those riots lead to a coup d'etat against the first democratically elected government of the Ukraine.
Okay, listen. Again, I need more evidence before I believe this, all right? This sounds like some brainworms shit. This was in 2014, apparently. I need some more info. I need more info. I'm not gonna take it at face value. All right, listen. I've heard a lot of crazy conspiracy theories. But fuck, dude.
It was a government that refused to choose sides and to say we're going to be on the side of the West. So we wanted them out. A month before that government is overthrown, Victoria Nuland, who's part of the centerpiece of the neocon ideology and who is now a high-level official in the State Department, has a secret call with the U.S. ambassador, which is tape recorded and is now public, which anybody can go and look up, where she is...
It's a public recording?
...picking the new cabinet for the Ukraine, which is a U.S. Western cabinet. So they're picking the new government a month before the old government is overthrown.
Is that how democracy? Is that democracy when Victoria Nuland picks your government?
Well, that's
Victoria Newman picking a government.
That's the point. Is USAID doesn't really do, and the CIA don't do democracy. The CIA has overthrown, I think, 83 governments between 1947 and 1997. That's a third of the governments on Earth, and most of them were democracies. Oh, it doesn't do democracy.
So again, I don't know if this is true. Okay, I'm not gonna say it's true. I'm not gonna say it's not true. I have no idea. That's fucking crazy if that's real. Like, there are articles that talk about this a lot. Now, I'm not gonna sit here and say that I've personally gone to Ukraine and fact-checked any of this shit. But like, dude, if you look at these articles, did Uncle Sam buy off the Maidan, which was a $5 billion revolution in Ukraine? Like, apparently, it's more than just a random, silly conspiracy. Again, I don't know. Not becoming a Russian bot. I think Russia was very cringe in Ukraine. I'm not gonna sit here. I actually think Russia's fucking awful for the world. But dude, overthrowing random governments and shit? That's crazy. It's an old fake? I don't know. I have no idea. I have no clue. I'm not gonna sit here and say I know. But there's a reason why we're talking about it. There's a reason why people are thinking about it. Somehow, this fund is financing coup d'etats in other places. Okay.
Yes, I support the Trump should cut everything completely. He shouldn't even make it 90 whatever days. He should cut it completely. We don't need it. It rather goes to other individuals, but not us. Please, he should cut it completely.
Yeah, so apparently people are saying that the money of USAID never actually reached the people of different nations that they're allegedly helping out. Like, it's insane. It's mind-blowing. Now, it's even funnier because apparently people at Fox News were trying to find out where money actually went. USAID money actually went this entire time. Because the big question really is, where was all of this money going? You got politicians getting richer. You got countries not getting richer. You got poor people everywhere. America's not happy. So apparently, Fox tried to figure it out. Now, again, this is Fox News. We take mainstream media with the biggest grain of salt of all time. But
they did everything possible to stop me from accessing their records to understand where our taxpayer money was going. I eventually partnered with Representative Mike McCall in the House, and we started a formal congressional investigation. And even after that,
so they started a formal investigation. They're trying to figure out, where is the money going? I mean, it is taxpayer money after all, right?
They really pushed back, only allowed us access to a small amount of data. But what we found was extreme expenditures on the part of USAID with very little data-driven results.
So lots of spending. Question mark on where the money is going.
Seen money funded in the Wuhan Institute of Virology.
Wonder why they would be funding Wuhan virology.
Through dollars steered by USAID on dangerous coronaviruses. We saw how that turned out. We've seen funding going to Morocco for pottery classes.
They funded Moroccan pottery classes with this fucking money. There are American people that are fucking poor, okay? Listen, why are you taking so many taxes from me? I don't like paying taxes.
Tourism in Lebanon, of all places.
Tourism in Lebanon. Why?
Even when the State Department was advising against travel, I could go.
Wait, the State Department said don't go to Lebanon, and then they funded tourism in Lebanon. Yeah, sure, this isn't money laundering. Yeah, this isn't money laundering. Totally. Yeah, apparently USA did everything possible to stop me from finding out where tax dollars were going. Yeah, I wonder. That's suspicious. That's fucking suspicious. I wonder why that would happen. They were trying to hide their corruption, says the fake gamer. This is insane, dude. Wild. Like, actual wild shit. Anyway, apparently this concludes with a pretty big update. Pretty big, crazy update.
Fox News alert, the Wall Street Journal is reporting the CIA has reportedly just offered a buyout to
of the CIA?
Its entire workforce.
They offered a buyout to the entire workforce of the CIA.
Everyone in the agencies telling employees late today they can quit their jobs and receive about 8 months of pay and benefits. It's a part of Trump's push to downsize the federal government. More as we get it.
Dude, apparently Trump is offering a buyout to the entire CIA workforce. And the solution, USAID, is done. On February 7th, 2025, USAID will figure shit out. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been a pretty insane rabbit hole that I wanted to go down with you. Because, A, I love meltdowns. We got some good ones. We got some good meltdowns. These people were going hog wild. Hog wild meltdowns. I love the meltdowns. Meltdowns are fun. And honestly, they are fear-mongering people to thinking that Elon Musk is some crazy guy that was literally invading everyone's privacy. And I think that to some extent he probably was. However, and he wasn't elected, and somehow neither were the other, 97,000 shadow employees of USAID and all those other companies by the Biden administration for some reason. It goes to show what was being funded, and somehow all of these fucking politicians got insanely rich. Somehow. I don't know how they got rich. That's pretty crazy how rich they got. I don't know where it came from. I'm a businessman myself, but they're very rich. So anyway, as a final big mega conclusion, the meltdowns are fun. American tax is funding bullshit everywhere. And the American people are not the priority of the shadow government. Anyways, that was some chaos. Love you guys. Bye-bye. Like, subscribe, and this video was streamed live on kick.com/Nuxanor. See you there. Stay weird, fam.